Hello and namaste. Welcome to NextGenQuake podcast, where we are rewriting the rules of inspiration. I am your host Shambhavi Sharma. So grab your headphones, kick back, and let's get this podcast started. So for today, we have someone who's an actor, who's a writer, and has done exceptionally well, having his own production house and way more, having vertical series, etc., for writing for WWE to having his own series. He's here with us, so welcome everyone, Ali Khan.
Thank you so much for the very warm welcome, Shambhavi. I'm very happy to be here. And your intro was a little bit, let me just humble down a little bit. So we are very new. We've also just started in the media industry, but we feel that there's a huge potential for a production house that's being built in 2025 with all the new technology that's coming out. That's all. On to train with Piyush Mishra sir, and then Dev Fazza sir. I did around 30, 35 odd plays, in theater. And post that, I was like, there are two ways you can do anything in acting, right? One way is that you keep giving auditions. Maybe you get selected. Very hopeless way to live life, but that's a way a lot of people do live life. And then one way was, let me try something. Let me write something of my own and see where that goes, right? So that's when I started with our benchmark project called Maya. And Maya is essentially this sci-fi thing that we've created based in Indian mythology, and we wrote that entire project. And we went to Sushmita Sen ma'am. So she really liked it, and then we've onboarded her for the series Maya. We're still figuring out different other things about it, right? So we started writing more concepts, and from there on, we started our journey as a writing house. First, we were called Triumph Writing before, dissolved to become Prachand Scripts, and then doing different variations of things in Prachand Entertainment and a full-fledged production house.
So it's basically how do you balance creativity with a constant demand for numbers in like the media world and the everything that high demand right now.
Numbers and creativity can go hand in hand. Like, we don't have to choose, right? A lot of people and creative people feel like that when there is a time crunch, they can't be creative, right? When there is a boundary, or like a certain producer comes in and they says, no, you can't do that, you have to do that, you have to do that, and they build walls around people. And then they're like, no, I can't do this, and they let it go, right? Creativity is something that's so flexible that it doesn't matter how many numbers you have, how many walls you have, how many boundaries you have. If you can be creative in that certain set of segment, that's when you're winning. Okay, because when there is open field, anybody can be creative, right? We can create whatever we want, right? But being creative within those boundaries is what's really beautiful and what really tests you. So I think, yeah, bring on the numbers, bring on whatever else is there. It doesn't matter, both of them can go hand in hand, and we've done it before also. We have to think about these are two logical and creative side, and we have to take both of them together because money is really important in life, and if we do anything, we must take both things parallelly.
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, it is a motivation and a need at the same point. So,
Absolutely.
and what is the project which you are working on right now? And also, which one was the project that you felt like, okay, this did push my buttons or this did push my boundaries and I had to step out of my comfort?
One project that is one of our benchmark sort of things that we've done is Let Us Live In, which is our vertical series. It's special because we shot over 1 hour 30 minutes of content, finished content, in 8 days. Okay, and there was a time when we pulled off a shift, all of us, like 12, 15 people, all of us pulled a shift in that one Airbnb, which was like a 1 BHK Airbnb, crammed up. We 40-hour long shift. None of us slept. Constantly we were just shooting and everything. So I think that was a very demanding project, but the returns on that project were also great. Like, we've managed to create a beautiful IP that I'm really proud of. I'm really proud of the people that were involved in creating that IP. But all of us really put our blood and sweat into that project, and it really shows, because 8 days may we shot over 4 hours, 5 hours of content, finished content around 1 hour 30 minutes. So yeah, that's something I'm proud of. And for the upcoming things around what we're doing, we're actually shooting a normal web series. It's a 6 episoder web series. When I say normal, now you have to specify this time whether it's a vertical or a horizontal. That's a new thing that's come up now. So this is a horizontal web series, and you can basically click full screen and watch it. That's the thing of it. It's a horror comedy, and it's called Demonic Diaries. Currently, tentatively, I mean, I have a lot of debate going on around what to title it, but so that's one thing. It's a horror comedy, and that's also something that we're going to go on floor next month.
Okay, so firstly, all the best for that, and I hope it works out, and I will
And
watch it definitely. And
thank you so much.
coming to the vertical series, I told you earlier as well that I went and I watched it on Instagram, and there were amazing views. The views were genuinely
Yeah,
amazing, and I was like, yeah, and it has a good amount of followers as well on that page.
true,
So
true,
it
true.
obviously is paying off, and so proud already.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shambhavi. The interesting part about that is that we have never boosted any single post,
Okay.
you know, and all the views that have come in, they've come in organically, and we've never posted a single boost. We've never boosted a single post. One thing that we wanted to test what happens with this format, right? And yeah, 60,000 followers in less than 40 days is a good thing. We created a 60-day campaign, quite fun.
Obviously it's like a huge achievement within just a few days, and it truly shows that हाँ कुछ तो है जिसकी वजह से हो रहा है, there's something over there.
Yeah, it's just something we've done to prove ourselves. That's all.
Okay, so let's just shift it right now towards the youth, and then we'll come back to your experiences. So if we say there are so many people who feel that they're lost right now in this generation, like they don't know what to do and they're trying their best. So what would you say to someone who is multi-talented or who's confused what they genuinely want? Like how do they go with that?
Yeah,
Because I can see you also have many talents. You're a writer, you're producing, you're working. So yeah.
right. I think they need to sit down. Okay, I think that's the most important part. And when I say sit down, you just need to breathe a little bit, right? When a person is multi-talented, what happens is they're trying to do all of it together. Okay, but the truth is that you need to expend some amount of energy towards one goal for some consistent period of time in order for that flower to bloom. Okay, so we are trying, when we try to bloom multiple flowers, it's a little bit difficult because human tendency is not built that way, you know. There are processors and graphic cards that are coming out that can do one thing at the same time, but human brain is not built like that. Okay, so multitasking or this particular you can do it, you can be better at it, but it's not the way we were meant to operate. Okay, like if we just go down base level, right? So being focused and being clear with what you want to do, what you want to achieve is really important. And for this, I don't think that you need to break your own head. Okay, if you do that, that's even better. But if a person just sits down, if I say sit down, I mean go into meditation, right? Think about what you have done and where your heart lies. Always listen to your heart. And you can't listen to your heart because if we look at ourselves, we're all a bundle of everything that we've heard of, everything that we've been taught. मैं क्या हूँ वो कैसे हमें पता चलेगा, right? So what I want to do is lost and is unclear because we have been hearing so many things here and there. ओके वी बिन हियरिंग कि आपको ऐसा चाहिए, अरे इसमें बहुत पैसा है तो आप करोगे ज़्यादा अच्छा रहेगा, अरे यू नो ये वाली डिमांड ज़्यादा है सो यू शुड फुलफिल दैट डिमांड. नो, you know, we need to do something. And to be very honest with you, wherever your heart lies is where the money comes also. That's the that's the truth of life, you know. When you do something that you have an infinite, if there is something, one sentence is there that if you think that you can do one work all your life without taking a holiday, and you'd show up on the day 1, day 2, day 3 all the same levels, and day 100 also your energy would not go down. That's the kind of work that you should choose and make it yours and keep doing it all your life.
Yeah, this I completely agree with. In fact, there is one thing that you said that people are like, इस किस चीज में पैसा ज्यादा है, कहाँ demand है. But if we say that if I see 5 years from now, let's say 5 years back from today, we had no idea that influencer market, content market would go so high. So if we are
Yeah,
depending on currently is giving you money or what currently is giving you benefit, and you're thinking of future in it, that is just your imagination working with you. So if you have skills, you should just go
Absolutely.
for it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's the whole point. Build them enough so that people start paying you for it. That's all. And matlab, if it's a skill that you feel I can do for free all my life and I enjoy it, then you're just getting paid to work. Matlab, it's like a win-win situation on all ways. Then
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's come back to your experiences. Like you mentioned that you have worked under people like Piyush Mishra and Makaran Pande. So what was
yeah.
the experience over there, and what is that one lesson? Because they are like legends. So like, what was that one experience that you learned over there as a lesson that actually changed how you look at your work and how you look at things around you?
Uh, so with Makaran sir didn't even let me act. Okay, and I just used to, I remember that time, and I just used to come and sit. Okay, and I thought I will act. I was not sure that I can become an actor, but I just used to come and sit with all the other actors doing their plays, and I just used to watch those performances, and I used to be like, I don't think I can ever be like this. That was, I just looked at that. I was like, oh no, I don't think I can do acting as well as them. They're masters at it, right? So I used to feel that, but I kept showing up every day, right? What began to happen was that greatness was normalized. Okay, suddenly it didn't feel it was so out of reach because I was observing every day, and I think that's what Makaran sir did to me. He just called me every day, and I just used to sit 4 or 5 hours doing absolutely nothing and just acting and pretending that I'm learning from this, right? But what I learned from there was, ये जो थिएटर वाली दुनिया है ना, इसको उन्होंने, या एक्टिंग वाली जो दुनिया है, इसको उन्होंने कंप्रेस कर दिया. Right now, something that was unreachable before started to feel that I could reach it. Then I went to Piyush Mishra sir, and we did multiple plays over there also. Piyush Mishra sir is very chill until he's not. Okay, I have gotten a lot of galis from him for doing different kinds of things. Like वो कुछ बताते नहीं है. He will not, probably you'll just have a script that you have to borrow from somewhere. He's like चले जाओ वहाँ पर. अब चले जाओ तो क्या करें? You can't ask those questions, and if you do, then he'll give you a gali, be like, no, no, you're not, do it, just do it. So he has this way of teaching where you just throw somebody in the swimming pool and see if it works or not. So I've learned to be on my feet over there with Piyush Mishra sir, and Dev Fauzdar, even, all of these are my gurus. Dev Fauzdar sir is somebody I truly look up to as a guru, because he also teaches acting in the Indian Natya Shastra way, the way it was, imagined long before in India. So he's a spiritual teacher. So he has integrated acting into me somehow. Through meditation, through different kinds of practices, he's integrated that into me. So now, not even my outlook on life has improved, but also my acting has improved. Now, when I go back to that class of Makaran Deshpande sir, I know I can match. I know I might be able to do even better. So yeah, it takes some time, but if you keep at it, it works.
That's amazing. And in fact, from the thing you told about that, from he literally just threw you in the pool so you can learn swim. So that way, I remember my
Yeah,
mother used to tell me when she used to work that her boss, he used to be like,
yeah,
"Don't come to me with problems. Come to me with solutions." And she used to be like, "I have a
absolutely.
problem, and that's why I'm coming." But that's not how it worked. So she had to figure it all out all by herself or with the colleagues and everything. And it genuinely made
Yeah.
her work so much better by the end of it. And she still says that I used to hate this thing, but by the end of it, I was like, this is something which genuinely made me learn way more.
So true, and so fast also. You become a master really quickly.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, it's just true that how if you can figure something out, then you will learn it, you will remember it forever. And if someone else will teach
Absolutely.
you, you might forget it if you don't practice it.
Correct. Very true. Very true. It sticks with you.
Yes. Coming to next question, if we talk
Yeah.
before that, you also said like X, you are an actor and you have seen the industry around, and we all have heard a lot about the industry that it's not. Sometimes people say it's not safe. Sometimes people say that it's hard to be a part of the industry. It's for some people it's mentally very tough. Some people don't find opportunities. So what is your take
Yeah.
on the industry and the environment over there?
uh See, I think the biggest problem with the industry is that most of the time people don't have work to do. Okay. So when you don't have work to do, you tend to go into women or drugs and all of these crazy things, right? And drugs is becoming it's becoming too normalized, which I'm not a fan of, right? Because alcohol to has become normalized anyway. That's the okay. But drugs are also becoming super normalized, especially weed and all that. So when people consume these things in order to escape life or escape things, when they come back, they start seeing their reality inflated and fake. What's happening exactly is, if I am doing 5 days of work for somebody, okay, I'm doing 5 days of work for somebody, and on the third day that person tells me कि no, no, you're not good, you need to improve. ठीक है. Now the remaining 2 days I've not done the work, but अभी ये तीसरे दिन पे ही मैं उसको बोल रहा हूँ कि ये तो आदमी फालतू आदमी है, इसको मैं छोड़ दूंगा. ठीक है. But maybe if you just stuck, and did the entire work, you would really understand what that person was trying to get out of you, or learn, you would learn. आप तीसरे दिन पे निकल जाते हो और तीसरे दिन पे वीड फूक के सोचते हो कि ओहो, दिस इज द थिंग, एंड दैट पर्सन तो इज अ स्टूपिड पर्सन, राइट? व्हेन यू कम बैक टू योर लाइफ, that person looks even worse. Your life yourself looks even worse. Okay, because you've escaped and now you've come back to the sudden reality. So then we start creating these images, our mindset begins changing. So I don't think that it's a problem overall with the industry, but it's something that's there. But it's also there in the colleges, it's there overall in, like, in all occupations. So I think if we could sort of discipline ourselves and understand that these drugs or any kind of happiness or peace can come from different alternative sources, like within the body, and doing meditation and do yoga, that would be wonderful.